Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Stellaris. We are leading the Wulven Pack. We have encountered the Hofveer Consortium to our west and those sneaky buggers. They're actually blocking our way to further exploration into this arm of the galaxy. So for now we are gonna explore to the bottom right and see what we can find. Also, at the end of last episode I mentioned I'm naming the leaders of our civilization after people who left nice comments on my YouTube videos. And the first group of 6 leaders are Frisky, you are our planetary governor of our main planet Adnor. J Drake 4E, you are commanding Combat Merciless. Yes, you're our science vessel. We have Olivier Renaudat, you are our chief engineering researcher. We have David, who is our chief society researcher, James T, physics researcher, and finally, last but not least, we have Pender, who is busy commanding Remol, the Abandoned, our military fleet. So, welcome all of you to the Wulven Pack. And with that, let's unpause and continue. So, last we scouted Talon and there was nothing really scary about it. So let's have a look. Also, they occupy a natural choke point. I think we have natural choke points here as well. So, a non-planet here and at Zimtauri. If you hold one of those, we can block others from coming through. An encounter in a Ruklar. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Ruklar system. These strange objects have been flagged as gamma aliens. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. So let's have a look. What are they? They are gamma aliens and they seem to be some form of energy that just moves through. But they don't seem to be hostile. That's good. So that also means we have another research project. So early on you will encounter a lot of those research projects. And more. Okay, this looks like more mining drones. Exactly. So we couldn't really defeat them before. So that hasn't really changed. So we will just continue our scouting efforts. Let's see. Yeah, see, this is a choke point. So if we can get something here in Jumla, or we might need a bit more, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, we keep scouting. So we are still building. We're building a mining station to get more resources. Our main planet, we were also doing some construction. We're building a mining network here to get more minerals. Early game is all about building up an economy. An encounter in Jumla. We've encountered some form of alien vessel. We named them the Delta aliens. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Adnor. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts even, on habitable life-bearing worlds. Okay, so we have 2 choices here. Commendable initiative or ignore it. Seems good. Also, the Delta aliens, they seem a bit more powerful. 450 power, that's a lot. Also, Delta aliens, let's research them. So while you are not actively researching, while you are busy with the events, your research points will actually accumulate. So currently we have 6 points stored. And as we are done with our events, we will just use them to double our research speed while we have bonus points. What is here? Another one of these energy streaks, the gamma aliens. And a lot of these threats, they are just local to the system. So we got some mining drones, we got some alien vessels we haven't identified yet. And we are done constructing. Right, let's pause the game. There's a lot of stuff happening now. So construction is completed. That's the mining station. Okay, that's not overly exciting. We can fix that later. We have an anomaly. That's this. Okay, so our survey, J-Drake 4E. While surveying Quam 4A, an abandoned ship has been left to drift aimlessly above this planet. The massive sails protruding from its hull suggest that it's relied on solar power to function. So we have some choices. We can leave it, we can research it, or we can change scientist to just let someone else do this. So level 1 anomaly. We are level 2 and we have a 12% risk of failure. Normally it would be 22%, but because J-Drake 4E has a special careful trait, we actually have less risk. So let's research this. It's only 88, it's an 88% chance that it will go okay, 12% chance of failure. If you were playing XCOM, then you would know that those are basically 50-50 odds. So far, Stellaris has been fair to me with odds. We have encountered some form of alien vessel, the Epsilons. Okay, are they hostile? They look pretty cool though, it's like crystals. They are also flying through. Okay. That's another... Ah, that's us, okay. That's good. Okay. They didn't seem to be instantly hostile, so that's good. So, we have more mines we can build. We are done building all the mines we could. But here, let's move over there. And the mining stations is 180 to build. The thing is, there's both power here and minerals. And for now, I care more about the minerals. So if we just individually tell it to build a mining station on the mineral world, it's gonna cost us 90 and it's not gonna queue up anything for the energy mines. So that's something to keep in mind if you're also playing this. That on the map you can tell it to do things, but it's not always. Let's see, we're already investigating the anomaly. Also we have more aliens to investigate. And we need more habitable worlds to survey. Let's see, this one is currently investigating. Okay. And we are nearly done. Yeah, we are done with the investigations over there. It's actually a system we haven't done yet. So let's actually scout a little bit more. So far no intelligent races, so we're pretty good. So let's move over to all of these places. We've discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Quam 4. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails is a large tear which some kind of object passed through, most likely a meteorite, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting engineering and design choices. Interesting but primitive. So we gain 60 points of engineering research. So that's a credit. So the next 60 points we are going to spend will be at double speed. So as a result, we are now only 11 months away from getting our powered exoskeletons. I'm actually gonna increase the speed a little bit. So you can actually
Special project complete.
Move it to faster, it will auto pause anyway whenever there's events or things happening. Void clouds. An investigation into a peculiar cluster of debris and space dust has yielded surprising results. It's a particulate cloud bristling with a powerful charge of unknown origin. It has no business exhibiting simple reflexive actions, let alone movement with purpose. And yet it does. There is something undeniably ominous about the hazy subject of relayed video feeds. Perhaps there are things in the universe we should not tangle with. Let us watch, but not interfere with it. So, we can now investigate void clouds, or observe them even.
Situation log updated.
And this is going to be a physics research in 90 days, so that's pretty quick.
Special project complete.
Okay, we have completed some of our research into some of the species and we have discovered space amoebas. The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are spaceborne forms of life, quickly nicknamed space amoebas following a tactician's gross misreading of our initial sensor output. The creature is in fact larger than the average Wulven corvette. The creatures display aggressive behavior towards Wulven ships, but further study is warranted. For example, we could exercise some martial prowess by swiftly executing this specimen and studying its remains. So you could observe it, or we can make short work of it. Well, we didn't kill the robots, but amoebas, come on, we can take them.
Situation log updated.
We have to. I feel obligated to kill the amoebas. So there's the enigmatic energy in our space. So where are the amoebas? I mean, we need to know where the amoebas were in order to kill them, right? Okay, well, if we have no idea where the amoebas were, then that's gonna be tricky. We'll eventually find them again. Nothing hostile over here. Let's see, can we go there? Yep, and over there.
Special project complete.
Void unclouded. The void clouds are, as far as Wulven researchers can tell, among the oldest entities in the universe. They seem to have originated just a scant few billion years after matter as we know it first appeared. The tremendous forces of the young cosmos making something out of nothing. They would have been stars once, but were not. Explaining their apparent animal intelligence is more difficult, but the answer might lie in the abnormally strong electromagnetic fields that keep them together, another product of their primordial beginnings. It is not inconceivable that, given enough time, the circulation of its strange stardust and gravitic fields aligned in a flexible approximation of neural pathways. Moreover, the clouds seem to be receiving impulses from one another. If they're outright communicating light years apart, quantum entanglement is suspected to play a role in this phenomenon. So we can say they will not stand in our way, and we gain a cloudbuster modifier and we gain some physics research. Alternatively, we can see if we can research them. But hey, we are the Wulven and they will not stand in our way.
Special project complete.
Crystalline entities. We keep encountering aliens. The reports of strange free-floating crystal-like objects observed in certain systems have been investigated. The ship-size objects and their slightly smaller but equally crystal-like satellites at first appeared inert, but sudden shifts in their orientation relative to our ships and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicated that they should be regarded as hazardous and approached with caution. Even should we not find a martial use for them, studying a shattered crystal would no doubt yield interesting results. So, we can study them or we can break them. Well, we are the Wulven Pack, we break things.
Situation log updated.
Actually slightly regretting that we didn't break the mining drones either. Caution seemed warranted, but yeah, we're wolves. We had our one cautious moment at the beginning. Now we are no longer cautious. Okay. Let's see. So far, our scouting is going pretty well. We haven't found any other civilizations yet. Nor anything that can obviously tear us to pieces. So, scouting the universe with your warfleet this way is a pretty useful thing to do. It will just map things out. Your warfleet can actually take a bit of a beating. It will just move through. So if there's aliens or things like that, you will just move through or you fight them or however that goes. But your science ship, it's not really a fighter. So this way you can map out a safe path for your science ships to explore afterwards. And speaking of, we actually found another mineral deposit. So let's build a mining station here. That's gonna be a +3. That's pretty darn
System
good.
survey complete.
Okay, and also we are done surveying the system. So time to survey something else. So is this inner borders now? No, it's not.
Situation log updated.
We found a Zeta aliens. Where actually? Where did we find a Zeta aliens?
Research complete.
Okay, that's boss. We have completed our first bit of research. Powered exoskeletons. Give our army more damage and we mine more minerals, which is going to be good for our output here. So let's pick something new. Let's see, we can have ion thrusters, which give us a better evasion chance and slightly better speeds. Nanocomposite armor, which we can actually use to make our ships tougher, which is going to be pretty good for warfare. Improved spaceports to build better space yards. And get a Corvette assembly yards module, which will allow us to build our Corvette ships faster and cheaper. This is not a bad idea if you're gonna create a large army for ourselves. It's also the most expensive of the 3 options. You know what? For now, let's go with the research. And then we'll see afterwards what we get. So, how are we with events? We have Zeta aliens to investigate. And we have amoebas and crystals to kill. Okay. So, let's keep going. Let's see. That's our construction fleet. That's done. That's good. So, and we encountered hostiles. What are you? Enigmatic energy. Okay, that's just part of our regular scouting. Okay, that's fine. We can click that away. So, construction. We need more energy. So let's actually build ourselves another energy mining station. How is our homeworld doing? We actually have quite some pops already. How are we in terms of food? 11. Okay. So if we build a hydroponics lab here. Also funny enough, we can actually enslave our own people if we want. But they haven't really done anything wrong. So for now, let's not. But if we build... We'll just build a hydroponics lab here. So the next wolf will actually have some food to grow. That's going to be good.
Research complete.
Research complete. What is it? Our deflectors. So what else are we going to do now? Better power plants. We have an encounter. Let's deal with that after we pick research. Graphelic sensors, which increases our survey speed so that our science vessel is going to be better. That's a pretty good idea actually. Also, our researcher has a bonus to voidcraft. This is a voidcraft research, so it's going to be faster. So let's do that. Encounter. We have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Valiant system. The Eta aliens. Okay. That's all the way down there. And their power is 93.6. That looks like they're actually a player like us. Or no, a non-space insect or wild animal, so to say. So it's actually that has been quite a distance before we got there. That's good. That's very good. So yeah, see, they actually have a base there. Tiyanki. We completed a research into one of the alien life forms, spaceborne life forms, which the Wulven head of society research has come to refer to as Tiyanki, are docile creatures. Capable of accessing some lower dimension of subspace, they roam from system to system with relative ease, though nearly the same ease as a Wulven fleet. a graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients has yet to be observed. They will rarely, if ever, attack, even when provoked. They can safely be ignored. So those are what people have come to call space cows. Also, hostile fleet. Whoa, we dropped in on top of... Oh, robots, mining robots. Okay. That's unfortunate, they probably chased someone else off. So we are now dropped into a fight. Let's actually lower speed a little bit. So, fight. This is us, this is them. Currently the balance of power, it shifts to them having the advantage, but they have 112 military power and we only have 75, so it makes sense. Battle actually has progressed a little bit already. We have inflicted 111 damage. They have inflicted 112 damage. All of it, some of theirs, our damage actually got absorbed by the armor. And we just took the full hit. So I'm gonna actually let this play out for a little bit. So the battle is just simulated in real time. You can't interact with it except for pressing the retreat button, which I probably should have done a bit earlier to maybe save a ship. So yeah, we lost the ship. That was unfortunate. Those drones early on, they are powerful. We are not. So let's actually hit the heal button and that will just send the ship via the shortest route back to the nearest starbase for repairs. I think we might want to have a look at expanding the size of our navy. So let's have a look at our ship builder. Can we change anything yet? So let's see, you have different slot layouts. By default it will pick the interceptor core, so you got 3 weapons and 5 utility slots. The weapons are small. You got a striker, which actually has a larger weapon and a smaller weapon and then 5 utilities. And you have the shifter, which has a single small weapon, but it has 2 medium utilities. So for now we'll stick with the interceptor. We put mass drivers on it. Then for the utility slots, we'll actually pause the game. We have deflectors, which we didn't have before. Also, anything else that we get upgraded? No, we didn't yet. So let's pick maybe 2 deflectors and then some fission reactors. So these 2 shields, they give us, these 2 shield units will give us 50 shield points, which regenerate, I think, even during combat. On the outside of combat, they will slowly regenerate. By default, we have 10% evasion, which is pretty good. And we have 300 hull, so 50 shields on top of that is pretty decent. So let's save it, replace the current design, then we can just upgrade our ships when they are in harbor. Also, we are done surveying the Tanaka system, so let's survey something else. Let's go here and survey it. Well, actually this one has a planet potentially habitable. These are desert and arid worlds. We can't actually live there. Well, we can, but it's not going to be pleasant. Same for Arctic worlds and this. Okay. So we'll just go. Hey. Hostile fleets. Yeah, we are moving through hostile space back to where we came from. That's okay. We will be okay. So on our main base, let's build us a couple more corvettes. Let's build 2 corvettes. Then we will have a fleet of 4, which should increase our power by a little bit. Also, our constructor is doing nothing right now. That means we can probably boost that as well. In the other near system, we have 1 more energy credit to build. Okay. After successfully translating their language, we have established communications with the Den-Joden hegemony. Diplomatic channels are now open and all hostilities have been terminated. So, they look creative. I bring greetings from Grand Marshal Tic Beren, the undisputed ruler of the Kenjidan hegemony. Respect our borders and keep out of our affairs, and perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your worlds. I think we can do a similar warrior greeting here, so our warriors salute you. So, who were they? Are they the people down there? Yes, they are the Kenjodans. So they block off a fair amount of space over there, but we did most of the scouting already, so that's good. So I figure we'll send our fleet back home, reinforce it. Maybe eat some of these cows. I mean, wolves eat cows, right? Yes, I think that will work. We need to colonize Quam. It has 2 continental worlds. That's really brilliant. Just to get our population up, get growing, get expanding. So we can actually move at fastest speed. Any events we have to do? Nope. And our fleet is slowly making it back home. Alright, cool. And we have 2 ships built. So these are the new model that actually have some shields, and as a result they have been rated 56 combat strength rather than 50. So they are slightly better, which is good.
Anomaly found.
Oh, and we found an anomaly. Somewhere beneath a Vural 2A's unctuous clouds, unnatural structures silhouette themselves against the toxic surface. This is a level 4 anomaly, and our researcher is only level 2. So I don't think we are gonna do this successfully. So for now we leave it be, and then later on, once we are level 4 or 5, we come back and see what we can do with it. So we're done building our ships. We found the anomaly. Everything is fine there. Okay. So both fleets are here. Let's merge them. Okay. Then let's heal. Also, our construction ship is now done building another energy mine. Oh. This is outside of our border. That's not very useful. So we have some research. Do we have the research going yet to expand our borders? No. At some point we'll find the research. I think it's gonna be one of these to increase the size of our borders. But we'll find it anyway. Or we'll expand or build a frontier outpost or something. Because this is green, so actually we just want to colonize it. So for now we don't actually have anything to build. How is our home base? Okay, this one is nearly done building. Is there anything with minerals that we can unlock? So this is industrial wasteland, you can just clear it for a fee. But we still have an open pop, so let's actually build a science lab here. Science lab will give you 1 point to each of the 3 types of science, and because this is a engineering and research area, that's gonna get a bonus of 2 on top. So this is gonna be pretty good for that. And I think in addition to that, we'll let's build ourselves a couple more corvettes. Might make right. So I just want to make sure that we are indeed pretty strong. So these guys are pretty far away, so you know what? Declare them our rivals as well. We're gonna get even more influence. Just a show of strength. Because of course we are the Wulven, and even though we only have 4 ships, we are still strong.
Complete.
System has been surveyed. Excellent. So continue surveying the next one. And with that, I'm gonna call this an end to the episode. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.